Field from the Alumni Association, Kevin Crane, Roxy, Academic Affairs, Lee Hand is our executive team, Jim Doty is one of our speakers who you'll hear from today, Ben Sachs, our dean, and you'll hear from him in a minute, and Mike Thomas is giving the Distinguished Alumni Lecture. So that's who they are. You may have noticed when you came in today, there were students in white coats who were assisting. Those are students who have been elected to the Gold Humanism in Medicine Honor Society. This is a national honor society for medical school seniors that are now in place in over 100 medical schools worldwide. And these students are peer selected because of their attributes of humanism and professionalism. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to introduce Father John Owens, our chaplain, who will deliver the invitation. John? Let's stand. Let's pray. Almighty eternal God, whose name is holy, fount of all wisdom and knowledge, you declare your glory and show forth your handiwork in the heavens and the earth, your power in showing mercy and compassion for all people. Pour out your Spirit on those who today, in the perfection of medicine, you live in their minds, let them grow in wisdom and understanding. As they receive the mantle of those who have gone before, teach them to show mercy and compassion to those under their care. May they have integrity in all their dealings. Let time they'll be ready to pass this mantle on to those who come after them. Create in them that deep desire to heal and to alleviate pain and distress. Give them the vision of artists that may practice the arts of healing, the resonant sounds of your presence. Make them artists who through their creative imaginations make ever new pathways of healing and wholeness for all people. Let's never forget that you are God of truth, the source of all knowledge, and our ever-present hope in this age and the age to come. Amen. You see? In my hurry to introduce the platform party, I should have introduced myself. I'm Mark Conklin, Senior Associate. Now to be better to introduce the Dean of the School of Medicine, the Senior Vice President for Health Sciences, Dr. Ben Sachs.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Class of 2015 White Coat Ceremony. As I look around this room today and I see the happy faces of family members who are witnessing their hopes and their dreams come true, it is exhilarating to think that your son or your daughter or your grandchild or your brother or sister or your friend will in 4 years' time be a doctor. That they will spend their lives making a difference and helping other people, and they will have a good life. That is a remarkable thing. It is really remarkable. As I look at our class of 2015 and I see you with your hopes and dreams about to come true, and I say that is also great. But you did not get there alone. You worked very hard in your high school and in your college to get there. You struggled through exams. You struggled through university. You come from very different backgrounds, but all of us owe something to our previous generation for what they have given us. So I would ask the class of 2015 to please stand and face your families and join me in saying thank you. Please stand and say thank you. In less than 60 hours, our elected representatives have to come to a deal, or we in the United States will default on our national debt for the first time. The damage is already done. I think everybody in this room understands that it's dysfunctionality in Washington rather than elected leaders really trying to work out the problems together. But as I hear the debate and the extreme nature of the debate, which talks about cutting entitlement programs, I reflect on who we as physicians care for. We care for the family that is out of work, that is trying to help their child with autism. We care for the families where the father or the mother has lost the health care insurance and they have a child newly diagnosed with leukemia. We care for the families of limited means who have an elderly grandparent who has Alzheimer's disease and is struggling to provide quality care for that individual they love. That's what we care about in the healthcare profession. We need to see a national debate that talks about entitlement reform, not cutting entitlement programs. That's what I was trying to stress yesterday in my That is what I was trying to stress in my example yesterday that I gave when I talked to family and on Friday with students of the middle-aged man from Gentilly with diabetes who constantly is admitted to the intensive care unit for diabetic ketoacidosis because he has no access to routine primary care, high-cost, poor-quality care versus the obvious alternative choice. We as a medical profession need to take responsibility for a failed healthcare system and try and reform it. I look to the class of 2015 to be our beacon. Because I do believe the next generation can and will make a difference. And I hope the culture of Tulane encourages each one of you to stand up and make a difference. I'd like to end by asking each one of the students to look to your left and to your right. Each one of you should become a doctor in 4 years' time. We on the faculty of Tulane will work really hard to make sure that every one of you stands here in 4 years' time and becomes an MD. That is our job. But you have a job as well. I give you the following task. Your class is made up of a very diverse intellectual group, coming from very many different kinds of backgrounds. That's what the richness of medicine is about, to have physicians or musicians or artists or athletes or scientists. That's what medicine is about. To get all of you through the next 4 years, each one of you who is strong in science or strong in certain disciplines, I ask you to help your colleagues. You will be rich before that because you've helped your colleagues, but together, this class should stand together and in 4 years' time graduate. Congratulations, this is a great class. We're proud to have you with Tulane.
So a lot of students and parents over the weekend have asked me about the White Coat ceremony. So a little bit of history. The first White Coat ceremony occurred on August 20th, 1993 at Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons in New York City. There were grants from Robert Johnson Foundation that made future events at future schools possible. Currently, a White Coat ceremony takes place in over 90% of schools of medicine and osteopathy in the United States, as well as in foreign countries such as Israel and Italy. Tulane has had a White Coat ceremony since 1995. And I can tell you, the first White Coat ceremony we were reminiscent of that stage had about 200 or so people in attendance This was told me by the late Francis Wood, former professor and chair of the Department of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania. And the story goes as follows. A second-year medical student is preparing for a winter break. His girlfriend confronts him, and she's also going home. She's not a medical student. She's concerned about her cat, because you see, her cat needs to accompany her on her train ride home. The cat, though, suffers from claustrophobia and has to be put in a rather small cage. So the medical student, in typical medical student scientific fashion, goes with his textbooks, looks up the dosing of morphine to sedate the cat, corrects it for the weight of the cat, and whatnot. And at that time, it actually had morphine. And what he does is he tells his girlfriend exactly how and in what dose to administer morphine to the cat, so that the cat can make it home for vacation. Later that evening, his girlfriend goes home, and he's having a few drinks in celebratory fashion with some of his medical students and some of his veterinary student friends, and he says, veterinary science is simple. I've never taken care of a cat, but I looked up the dose of morphine, I figured it out on the way, and I've given it to my girlfriend so that the cat will be okay during the trip home. And the vet students just erupt in unbelievable laughter. Because it seems that cats have a paradoxical response to morphine that makes them agitated, anxious, and wild. So the winter break's over. The medical student sheepishly sees his girlfriend for the first time and says, "How was the trip?" She says, "Well," in short, it was horrible. She says the cat hissed, screeched, bit, clawed, and was wild in spite of the morphine that I gave it well according to her plan. However, she says, I know it would have been much worse if I had not had the morphine. Remember the power of your words. Even as a medical student, when you wear your white coat, people are going to listen to what you say and they're going to heed your advice. The white coat implies responsibility. It does not imply respect. You have to earn that on your own. People are going to listen to your advice and don't take your role for granted. So beginning in 2002, we had a talk at the White Coat ceremony named in honor of the late Wally Tomlinson, former dean of students at the School of Medicine. Wally was a close friend, and Wally died just about 3 weeks ago. He used to attend this ceremony. And I'd like us all to just recognize a moment of silence in Wally's honor. This year's talk will be given by James Doty, MD, class of 1981. Dr. Doty received a bachelor's degree from UCARE and his MD degree from Tulane in 1981. He interned at Tulane Army Medical Center, followed by a residency at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. Dr. Doty served 9 years active duty in the U.S. Army and then was in private neurosurgical practice from 1990 to 1997. From 1997 to 2010, he was a professor of neurosurgery, founder and director of the Center for Compassion and Altruism Research and Education at Stanford University. Dr. Doty is an expert in minimally invasive spine surgery and stereotactic radiosurgery and has published widely in these fields. He is a neurosurgeon, entrepreneur, and philanthropist, and is one of the largest donors to both Stanford and Tulane schools of medicine, having endowed chairs of each, including the chair currently held by Dr. Sachs, our dean. Dr. Doty has given millions to support research and scholarship for socially and economically disadvantaged students, and this is something that he's quite passionate about. He has developed an electrode for monitoring brain activity, he developed this as a resident, and it is still manufactured and sold worldwide. He serves on the board of a number of nonprofit foundations. He's chairman of the Dalai Lama Foundation, which is a founding benefactor, and is actually personal emissary to the Dalai Lama. He's a senior advisor to the World Peace Festival and the Council for Parliament of World Religion. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. James Doty.
Well, how was your picture? You know, for me, it's an extraordinary honor to be with you today for my close ceremony and to give the Wallace Tomlinson lecture. This year actually marks the 30th anniversary of my own graduation from Tulane, and I'm very grateful for this invitation. Dr. Tomlinson was actually a mentor of mine and an extraordinary example of an academic physician, and his loss, not only his loss to his family, to Tulane, but to medicine. As you know, admittance to medical school continues to be a difficult and arduous process. This ceremony of today marks the beginning of your professional life and an incredible journey. I would like to commend the parents and the loved ones of each of you who will continue to support you, I'm sure, both emotionally and financially during this journey. All the parents know this on that. That's the financial one that we did get here. I would also like to congratulate each of you on your accomplishment of being accepted to Tulane, one of the leading medical schools in the United States. This class of 189 extraordinarily has 45% women. That's an extraordinary accomplishment. When I was in medical school, I think we only had about 9 or 10% women. So we're making progress. We have an incredibly diverse class from war veterans, and as Dr. Sachs indicated, artists and musicians. It is that diversity among you that gives strength to our profession. Tulane Medical School is unique, as many of you already know, and for many of you who have been accepted to multiple medical schools, you made that decision with great knowledge. It is one of the few medical schools that I can tell you from personal experience that, while requiring academic excellence, also takes into account one's background and life experience. To be honest with you, based purely on academic performance alone, I should never have been admitted to medical school. You see, I grew up in poverty with a father who was an alcoholic, mother who was an invalid, and no one in my college, in my family, had gone to college. In fact, my entire life, my family was on public assistance. I had to leave college multiple times due to family issues, and as a result, I had a very sloppy academic record. In fact, at the time that I left college, I did not even have enough units to graduate. Yet amazingly, Tulane accepted me, and I ended up out of it. Acceptance to Tulane allowed me to fulfill my own dream of becoming a physician, which began in 4th grade. When an amazing family physician came to my school and spoke, this individual not only demonstrated his kindness by his words and demeanor, but he also planted the seed that I too could become a physician. This is the power each of us has to have an impact on another. He also, by his actions that single day, showed me what caring is for the suffering, and that it is indeed a sacred calling. It is remarkable how, for so many physicians, their own journey began by meeting one inspiring, caring physician who exemplified the highest ideals of our profession. Each of you will be in that position to inspire another. When I completed my training, myself and my colleagues thought that the heyday of medicine was over. Interestingly, in questioning my senior colleagues at that time, each of them felt that when they began their careers, that the heyday of medicine was over as well. So don't despair. So it seems today that we are no longer considered professionals but healthcare providers. Reimbursement continues to decrease, and we are ever greater exposure to liability, yet our responsibility increases. The heyday of medicine is not over. Medicine has and remains, and always has been, a noble and to me sacred profession. You're about to become part of an extraordinary lineage that spans thousands of years. It is a brotherhood, and I guess I should say a sisterhood, that spans every country, every language, and every culture. As a physician, it is not that you are privileged, but it is that you were given privileges that are granted to no one else. And with those privileges, as Dr. Kahn indicated, comes responsibility. Responsibility to your colleagues, but more importantly, responsibility to those patients who have placed their trust and lives in your hands. That is why medicine is a profession. Its responsibility extends beyond that what is expected of others. And you will be practicing in one of the richest and most technologically sophisticated countries in the world. Yet there is a paradox. In the United States, we spend more per capita on health care than all other industrialized countries. But in terms of life expectancy, we are in the lowest quadrant and have the highest infant mortality. We remain at the bottom of the charts in a number of other parameters that measure the health of its citizens. Of all industrialized countries, we also have the highest number of individuals who are uninsured and have lack of access to health care. And not surprisingly, we have the lowest patient satisfaction of any industrialized country. Why is that? The first is poverty, especially childhood poverty. The link between poverty and poor health care has long been proven. I tell you that we must demand that our society address the needs of the poor, especially the poor children. We must get over the notion that the poor are poor because they somehow deserve it. They do not. Secondly, we in America have created a system that values a pound of cure over an ounce of prevention. And that pound of cure is exponentially more expensive than that ounce of prevention. Thirdly, we have become reliant on technologies and pharmaceuticals that oftentimes, at best, are equivalent or marginally more effective than other significantly less expensive therapies. It is my belief that the reliance on technology has also diluted our sacred calling, which we call the art of medicine. I submit to you that while science and technology have much to offer, they cannot replace listening to the patient. They cannot replace soothing the child in pain, comforting a loved one, or holding that child, or holding the child at hand of someone who is dying and scared. My friends, that is the art of medicine, and I submit to you that it is as important or more important in your professional life than any of our sophisticated interventions in regard to outcome. Keep that in mind. You know, when you're in medical school, you will find that you will have to know and learn a number of mnemonics. It's funny, there's one that we as physicians oftentimes say is correlated with your success in practice, and we call it the 3 A's. Affability, availability, and findability. And it's almost a truism, though, because affability implies that you have consideration and you get along. Availability means you're there for your patient. But I would like to share with you a mnemonic that I use as I go along in my own professional life to keep things in perspective. It is CDEFGHIJK. That's pretty easy, isn't it? The C stands for compassion, the recognition of the suffering of another, and a desire to alleviate that suffering. That is why you are here today, and that's your sacred call. D, dedication to your patients and determination to find the cause of their suffering and relieving it. E, equanimity. You will find that during your career, you will have ups where you will come home ecstatic because you have intervened in that condition, has saved someone's life. But you will also have days where every effort you have made has failed. It is keeping the temperament of your spirit at a level where you're not having these highs and lows, but you remain calm in the face of that storm that is our lives, and you go forward as a physician. F, not F as in fail, but F forgiveness. You are going to have patients who fail you, who do not listen to what you say, and who come to you, and in fact, you will feel angry sometimes. And you have to learn to forgive, because unless you forgive, you cannot go forward to give them impartial care. But you also have to forgive yourself, because each of us is a frail human being who has failings, and you have to be gentle with yourself and forgive yourself, because you are human as well. G, gratitude. Each of you got here because others cared for you and allowed you to get here. There is not a single person in this room who has had success in their lives without the assistance of others. Be grateful for that. It's interesting, I'm a neurosurgeon, and as probably some of you know, neurosurgeons are sometimes egotistical, abrupt, brusque, and it's interesting, you see how some of these physicians act, sometimes my colleagues, and they somehow forgot that they were part of a team, and not a single one of their successes came without the lowest member of that team doing their job. So I tell you to have gratitude for what you've been given and what you will continue to be given. H. As a neurosurgeon, it's hard to say, but you know it also gets back to gratitude. You know, I look at myself, I am no more important than the person who sweeps the floors, who takes care of the bedpans, who changes the sheets, and neither are you. Each of those people does a job, and it's extraordinary. When I walk with a physician, I can immediately tell whether he has too much pride in himself and whether he lacks humility. And how do I know that? A real physician sees everybody as he walks along the hallway as an important part of the team. An arrogant physician doesn't know the names of the nurses, he doesn't know the names of the orderly staff. In fact, those people don't even exist. And you know, there will probably be one or two of you in this room who will display that behavior. And I will tell you that everyone will know who you are, and they don't like you. Integrity. You were given immense responsibility, and you were going to be challenged at some time during your career to do acts that will compromise that integrity. Unfortunately, it can start as a simple thing. And then what you will find is that this simple thing turns into a slippery slope, and you can lose your integrity. I have colleagues who they have deluded themselves into performing inappropriate surgeries because they want to live a certain lifestyle. And ladies and gentlemen, we are physicians, and we only have 24 hours in a day. If you have come to this profession to make money, you need to find something else to do. Because the work you're going to put forward, the requirements that you're going to have, you can make a lot more money doing something else. Maintain your integrity. to be a benefit to the patient. A patient should not be looked at as a cost center or a profit center, but you will find that your colleagues have failed you and they have lost their integrity. I urge you not to be like that. Justice. Jay. We talk about poverty, we talk about childhood poverty. My friends, you are the nation's advocate. You are the last wall. Please, when you see someone who needs you, you may be tired, you may be up all night, you may be exhausted. You are a physician, and you have a responsibility to your patient. K, kindness. You know, I spent a lot of time with Dalai Lama. He says, my religion is kindness. Not only the students here today, but each and every one of us can take that lesson to heart. It isn't hard. Looking at someone who is in need of you, reaching out, that is what defines our humanity, and it is not hard to do. In closing, I would like to tell you that the path that you have chosen is one which you are allowed the privilege of taking, and which is cemented with an oath. This path will take you to the depths of those dark valleys, where you will see what one human is capable of inflicting on another, and also the tragedy of what one can inflict upon oneself. It will allow you to see also what the elements of faith can also inflict upon one, whether it be disease or trauma. But it will also take you to a science peace, where you will see strength in the deepest, which you did not think was possible, cures for which you can see no explanation, and the power and sacredness of kindness and charity. Fundamentally, what defines our humanity, and in doing so, will allow you to see the face of God. Thank you. think doctors and those selected to be doctors will be the top of the list. Well, first, the ethics of medicine is much more complicated than one may think. Patient autonomy is perfect example of this. It's not about what you think is right, is wrong, is best. It's about what the patient thinks is right, is wrong, is best. And secondly, fellow students and doctors are still occasionally sick, occasionally have around and gray, or maybe sometimes voluntarily, and there are still some that cross the line completely. So at the outset, when it's began to discuss ethics and remove all honest people, it is nonetheless a paramount topic in our profession that requires a constant reflection and reevaluation. So, in a profession full of honest people, what makes one be dishonest? What makes one cheat? What makes one want to be unethical? Who knows? Maybe a few are active sociopaths and anxious or cracks. But when it comes to the rest of us, especially the crazy neurotic, who give up a left leg or 36 in that, for the best personality, I believe it is fear of failure. So if you don't mind at the juncture, I'd like to briefly say a few words related to this topic that there was someone who said to me when I was seated in the rebound stage 2 years ago. On that note, I would like to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Jeff, and I'm a soccer. Or at least I used to be. And I want to say, I can make it, and you can make it. I hail from Proudman, Circum, from San Diego. If I didn't feel so guilty about not doing anything to make the world a better place, and if being a Circum paid minimum wage benefits, I would probably be a Circum. In college, it was a test paper that I believe cannot be accomplished by watching sunrise with bloodshot eyes from a library window. I'm sure some of you have heard of that. I was a biology major and still completed about 5 minutes of the rerecs after I graduated. Partly because I decided I wanted to be doctor in my leisure career, but some of it was just because I didn't feel like it. If you were a workaholic, you'll probably feel how I feel next week at the end of medical school. After the first 2 classes, I felt a profound sense of inadequacy and complexity. I felt like I was living a talking head song once in a lifetime. How did I get here? Why did I want to do this? My God, what have I done? This is not my stethoscope. This is not my beautiful white coat. I felt so overwhelmed that I was compelled to speak to somebody about what I was going through. I have literally never told you about this. I'm not a crier. I walked out of the game and I had. After falling down, sat me down and asked me how to help me. I tried not to be artist despite that tears running in my eyes. Before I could get a single word out, I couldn't hold back anymore. I just began crying. But I was so afraid I was failing. I was going to film school, and all my friends in my circle of command were all way off on the path to how long I would last. I think most pessimists in my community do so. There will be many in your class today at school, go to the parties, pretend they have everything under control, who say they don't think it's a big deal, and I'm telling you, they are liars. I know this because I was one of those people. 2 years later, everyone now openly admits how they really felt, frightened and unprepared. This first month or so was without doubt most difficult and stressful, most trying academic pursuit of your life. You were constantly out of yourself and your capabilities. So I can once again introduce myself. Hello, my name is Jeff, and I'm a soccer. If I can make it, you can make it. You will make it, you will thrive, you will be happy, and I guarantee you will love your classmates and you will love living in New Orleans. There's no need to get edge, more ambiguous, because each and every one of you will succeed. Going to medical school was the best decision I've ever made, and it will be one of the best decisions you've ever made. It's going to be better, stronger, less selfish, kinder, wiser person. It's going to be so much more purpose in life. I'm no longer stuck. I'm someone who now realizes the harder I work, the better many other lives will be. Now, it's especially fitting that all the objects associated with being a physician, the right coat for one show to represent your adoption of the career best. Nothing better symbolizes the power and responsibility that comes with being a doctor than what we're about to perform today. When you throw that coat, there's no longer Jeff, Laura, Sharif, Catherine. Few people know the significance of the link your coat. So to the rest of the world, you were Dr. Walker, Dr. Ellis, Dr. Shore, Dr. Harris. You were held to a higher moral standard. And we should be. People's lives will literally one day in our hands. I spoke of patient autonomy earlier, but 99% of cases, patient will yield without question to you. Think of that for a second. the kind of person you need to be to earn the honor of someone allowing you to make decisions that will affect their well-being. So why exactly should we all have trainers? Because you are joining a select and good society that is altogether, like mom ever relies 100% on trust of patients. The patient mind is doctor, not the doctor's neighbor. It's not the guy who saw something at the bar and really did something last night. It is not the car salesman who told no limit, but it's someone who trusts implicitly and someone who will go above and beyond to ensure he gets the best possible healthcare outcomes. If you create the best medication dosage because the patients are failure, will you tell them why you're changing it? If there was a complication that is your fault during surgery that was resolved, but despite chance there will be complications in the future, you inform the patient. It is well past the time you should have gone home, and you're going to call, right? You can call the lab about any studies, or you go home. You go out of your way to ensure your patient has proper screenings and follow-up appointments. The doctor-patient relationship all comes down to trust. Patients believing without a doubt that the doctor's character is befitting someone who is, in fact, trustworthy. And the patient trusting that their doctor will do everything with his or her resources to make them healthier, both physically and emotionally, regardless of their socioeconomic status. That is now what is expected of you, and that is now your obligation. Your obligation not only to your patients, but to every doctor who came before you, who will come after you, the attending to the meetings who sit in this very room, the fellow students who now sit in society. Every time a doctor does anything that causes the patient's question and stress, not just that doctor, but the entire medical community and our ability to help others, is adversely affected. We prescribe drugs with serious complications to serious side effects. We perform procedures with serious complications. We ask our patients to divulge their deepest, darkest secrets, all in the name of improving their lives. Without their trust, we have nothing. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2015, on making one of the best decisions you ever made.
Now, my pleasure to introduce Dr. Clyde Thomas, an old friend. I won't say how far back that goes. Dr. Clyde Thomas graduated from Tulane University School of Medicine in 1945. Now, in 1945, the U.S. had just gotten out of the war. Japan actually had just surrendered, and in fact, not until the summer that Dr. Thomas started his internship and graduated the day that Japan surrendered. Dr. Thomas served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. He's a pediatrician with a subspecialty in adolescent medicine. He's a clinical professor emeritus of pediatrics and adolescent medicine at Tulane, and a clinical professor of pediatrics at LSU. And he's been in private practice serving pediatric and adolescent patients for 55 years and 1 month when Katrina came. He's a pioneer, actually, developing the field of adolescent medicine in America. He served as chief of pediatrics for hospitals, the program chairman of the American Academy of Pediatrics section on adolescent health for 5 years, and producer and director of the Community Adolescent Medicine Program through East Jefferson General Hospital. Dr. Thomas has received over 40 awards and has published over 50 articles in medical journals. He's also served on 3 editorial boards in medical journals and has given over 500 lectures, workshops, and presentations. More importantly than that, Dr. Thomas is a friend of both Tulane and myself. Now it gives me pleasure to introduce my friend, Dr. Clyde Thomas.
Thank you, Tom. Pleasure to be here. I'm honored and very humble. And just want to say to you right off, there's still time to run for the hills if you want. I don't suggest you do it. You're about to develop the most wonderful career that one could ever imagine. I've enjoyed it for 66 years. Now, I might say that our life was 14-year-old granddaughter had 4 friends over for dinner. And out of there, she says, my papa never worked a day in his life. Well, he's 14 and he's looking at some kind of a freak. And Charles says, I want to expand on that. And so I said, and always felt, I told my own 2 kids and my grandkids, if you love what you're doing, you never work a day in life. So that's what we meant by that. And I suggest to you, and I know you will because the very fact that you're here, the very fact that you've been accepted to Tulane, which is a great honor, you're within the less than 2% of the number of applicants that applied for your position this year. And so it's great to have you, and I know that you can continue the wonderful tradition of Tulane. In medicine, there are 3 major tracks that one can take. Either a clinical track, or academia, or research, and they're not mutually exclusive of each other. Because even when I was in private practice, I enjoyed my teaching down in Tulane and other places too. Main thing I suggest is that whatever you do, fall in love with it. It's really great, and it will carry you through a lifetime. One of the things that I wanted to re-emphasize that Dr. Lewis spoke about was, in this day and age, where we've come a long way down the track, there's so many improvements, so many modalities that we didn't have to work with 50, 60 years ago. Still, remember the basics that you're given with human beings. And one of the things that distresses me, since I'm not a computer person, but when I get older, I'll learn how to use one. But I have to go first. Because I want to stress this. You deal with the patient, look at the patient. Deal with the patient rather than looking at the computer screen. And this distresses me. I know I realize I am a dinosaur, but there's still some things in medicine that are valid today that we can use and we've used for years and years and years. I've been very blessed and very lucky that I've had 3 generations of patients, the kids of the kids of the kids. And even now, I get 2 or 3 calls a week from 2nd and 3rd generation patients that want advice and so forth. But I think it's important that you remember that you deal with human beings and go back to the basics of good history, a good physical examination, and the other things can be adjunctive in your diagnosis. Enjoy your life. I think it's important, even though this is a wonderful dedication, you need some free time for yourself, for your family, and remember your family, remember your parents who got to get you here where you are, and also remember your alma mater. I suggest that you keep a sense of humor to most important. And of course, being a pediatrician gave me a license to actually hit the rest of my life. So, and I'm trying to sell you on pediatrics, so you can probably realize. I try to proselytize all my students successfully, but it's a wonderful, wonderful profession and a wonderful specialty too. Give back to your community, to your fellow physicians, to your family, and everybody else. Come to lessons and share, and you will get dividends on that too. You will really enjoy your life. It won't be easy. There will be times when you wonder and say to yourself, what am I doing here? You know, hanging down, it gets better, and the light at the end of the tunnel is worth waiting for. It's I do still miss my practice. I consider myself very lucky to have enjoyed 3 generations of civilians. After COVID, Dr. Kahn said I received over 40 honors and so forth. I got my best honor 3 years ago when I took a tip from our 2 teenage green brothers wanted to take pictures with me and Papa, and you don't find that too often. And we set them abroad, we took a picture. And one day it was so solicitous of my wife and I, and we walked down the street one day, and Tara told me my arm, and he said, Papa, all my friends think you cool.
Tulane Alumni Association. This is a distinguished alumnus speaker talk in recognition of leadership service. I'm involved in this class of 45. White coat ceremony on July 31st, 2007. And now I'd like to call upon Dick Field, who's just going to say a few words. Dick.
Just real briefly on behalf of the Tulane Alumni Association, we would like to welcome all the family and friends, but most importantly, we would like to welcome to the Tulane Alumni family, class of 2015. Just real briefly, the Tulane Alumni Association is really proud to present to each one of you a self-code to gain another career. Because to kind of pair what you were before, I feel strongly that despite the technology we have in our hands today, MRI, CTs, chromosome studies, on and on and on, the best instrument for establishing a bond, carrying a trust with our patients is self-code. Because you physically touch the patient, you talk to the patient, you listen to the patient. Don't ever forget, as it previously said, that you want your patients out. It's your job to get them well, make a diagnosis, but also very important that you make them feel comfortable in your training with all work, because the patients are very uncomfortable where they are. Once again, welcome to class of 2015 to the Tulane Alumni family.
What I'd like to do now is I'd like to have the class of 2015 stand. And we're going to ask you to take an oath. Now, the oath is actually in the pocket of your right coat, but you don't have your right coat yet. So we're actually going to have that broadcast on the screen here. And I'm going to ask you to stand up and take an oath. And I should mention a few words. This is an oath created by a group of faculty and students. In context of Hippocratic oath, this is a modern oath. It's really created by Tulane for Tulane students. So if you'll read the oath, I'm going to actually have Dr. Doty come forward. He's going to read the oath.
It really is my honor to read this oath with you as you enter the beginning of what will be an extraordinary journey. So, if we will begin. I do solemnly swear before all that is holy and sacred that I will honor the profession of medicine and practice with conscience and dignity for the goal of humanity. I will give my teachers the respect and gratitude that they deserve and pass my knowledge to those who follow in the art of medicine. dignity and privacy of all of my patients, holding secret and close what they have revealed to me, and place their well-being as my highest priority. I take this oath freely and on my honor. By this oath, I consider the bond between the physician and patient to be sacred. If I keep this oath faithfully, may I enjoy my life and practice my art. But if I swerve from it or violate it, may the universe be my lot. Congratulations.
I'm now going to ask the class of 2015 to come forward to accept their white coats, which are a gift actually from the medical school bookstore. Now, the coats you're going to receive are short coats. Traditionally, faculty and graduate physicians wear long coats, and students wear short coats until they graduate from medical school. In addition, as Dr. Field mentioned, you will receive a stethoscope from the Tulane Medical Alumni Association, given by both Dr. Field and Dr. Jeff Griffin from the Alumni Association. You're also going to receive a pin, which is a gift from the Arnold E. Old Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to the preservation of humanism and professionalism in medicine. The badges you receive for your coats are gifts from the Office of Admissions and Student Affairs. And what I ask is each student who will receive their white coat from Dr. Ernest C., the Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, I'm going to ask each student, pay attention, to come to the mic and say one word that brought you to this point in your life. Following giving your word, you guys are going to go backstage and actually have your picture taken so that we can send it to your parents and family. So we're now going to start calling names. Get the students ready. And I apologize up front if I mispronounce names. I don't know all the students yet, but we'll get it right very shortly. Layla Abushaman.
Determination.
Michael Joseph Akademi.
Look.
Support.
Stephen Edward Clark. Sarah Margaret Baker. Robert Lloyd Ball.
Wisconsin.
Gabriel Cruz Baltazar. Corinna Byronwall.
Family.
Abby Claire Bernard.
Adventure.
Lauren Talia Ballmore.
Tenacity.
Bonnie Paula.
Perseverance. And
Andrea Chapman Bennett.
love.
John Franklin Burry. Andrew Gardner Burkett. Margaret Joanna Black.
Babies.
Carolyn Louise Levens.
Faith.
Catherine Olivia Bragg.
Family.
Sabrina A. Brody Camp.
Karen.
Caitlin Wynn McDonald Brooks.
Friends.
Jacob Patrick Brunner. Matthew James Brunner.
Curiosity.
Brittany Bowering.
Family.
Chad Daniel Bush. Maura C. Carroll.
Solcheck.
Philippe Castillo.
Curiosity.
Jennifer Nicole Kaplan.
Sense of self.
Jay Buck Shore. Morgan Paloma Clark Fuller.
Practice.
Elizabeth Janet Cole.
Perseverance.
Danielle Ashley Coleman.
Community.
Tara Kramer Conley.
Service.
Jenny Lynn Crawford. David Dow. Here we go. Allison Pratt Davis.
Family.
Gabrielle Dawkins.
Prayer.
James Van Deal. John Luke Delafontaine. Cara Marie Delaney.
Celeste.
Matthew Robert Denny. Daniel Harrington Desmond.
Humility.
Courtney Lee Devon.
Family.
Michael Thomas DeJurolama. Zachariah Dory Stein. Patrick John Duggan. Samuel Wright Elder. Ashraf El-Hadi.
please.
Fahad Ahmed Faruqi.
Family.
Colin Caston Fisher.
Community.
David Jules Fredemer.
Peaches.
Terrence Joseph Frank.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Catherine Mills Christie.
Mom.
Naomi Elizabeth Kadinsky.
Equality.
Courtney Elizabeth Garrett.
Perseverance.
Jason Michael Gauthier.
Fascination.
Alexander Joseph York.
Mardi Gras.
Frank Brett Laser.
Courage.
Utsav Om Goel.
Goodwill.
Scott Mitchell Goldberg.
Standardized test.
Christina Golemi.
Passion.
Sarah Jane Moore.
Dedication.
Evan Michael Barrera. Jesse Albert Guitar.
Alice.
Natalie Lucasai.
Parents.
Justin Wade Lyle Halls.
New Orleans.
Brian Lee Hahn.
Respect.
Caitlin Ann Martin.
Dreams.
Brian William Hasselfeld.
Change.
Nathan Maxwell Boggy. John Ryan Haynes.
Nassau.
Jacqueline Marie Heffernan. Nina Kuchvar.
Optimism.
William House.
Family.
Kathleen Samuel Puck.
Love.
Oduche Etoiche. Sarah Stansbury Johnson. Michael Robert Jones.
Opportunity.
Esther Jew. Benjamin Charles Courageous. Look. Kevin Rafat Hamel.
Empathy.
Karthik Kansagra.
Integrity.
Ali Carter.
Belief.
Anakuma Kara. Eric Gregory Cass.
Compassion.
Danielle Day. Jocelyn Elizabeth Keener. Blaine Christopher Kelly. Ashley Claire Kiefer.
encouragement.
Margaret Nolan.
Family.
Adrian Elizabeth Kraft.
Faith.
Nicholas Holloway.
Family.
Samuel Lanzman.
Mom and Dad.
Andrew Peterson Lang.
Family.
Thomas Charles Glasgow.
Love.
Lucas Joel Osceola.
Support.
Amy Lawrence.
Love.
Elizabeth Joy Walton.
Service.
Maxwell Lee.
Creative.
David Zalchin Blue.
Wikipedia.
Ming
Pursuit of happiness.
Jacob Moss Floyd.
Family in Tulane.
Anita Marie Madison. Jawan Saeed Safwan Najib. John Rose Martin.
Lois.
Matthew Henry Barrow Mars.
Support.
Julia McCall.
Trust.
Marin Lilia Natasha.
Trauma.
William Aubrey Natasha.
Mentors.
William Cameron McGuire.
Securities.
Christopher Lynn Nashburger.
Family.
Donnie Joseph Monahan.
Paul.
Anna Montegudo. Ashley Morgan.
Tulane.
James Woodrow Morgan. Jocelyn Hatsumi Nishimori.
Optimism.
Leah Sierra Nuss. Cynthia Jadola Okoye.
Lessons.
Juliette Mia Ora. Carlos Irwin Augustine Aronson. Emily Catherine Oxford.
Optimism.
Allison Palmer.
Gregory.
Danielle Bennett Panabaker.
Laughter.
Samantha Joy Parker.
Mom.
Michael Charles Petrowski.
Justice.
Tony Fan.
Brains.
Allison Catherine Costa.
Dedication.
Jessica Sue Provo.
My parents.
Timothy Richardson.
Family.
James McElhenney Middleburger.
Emergencies.
Lauren Catherine Robinson.
My voice.
Lee Anna Robinson.
Family.
Trevor Lloyd Rosenlaw.
Tulane.
Anthony Urbina. Timothy Ruja.
Experience.
Ilya Vyacheslamovich Ryanboy.
duty.
Weston Douglas Sacco.
Roger.
Jonathan Wall Sachs.
Growth.
Alma Celia Sanchez.
Love.
Ashley Elizabeth Sarver.
Parents.
Melissa Lena Schwab.
Aloha.
Christina Danielle Sensabaugh.
A village.
Jay Han Shen.
Mom.
Mark Sides.
Benevolence.
Sarah Kate Silver.
Encouragement.
Curtis Lowell Simmons.
Call song.
John Terry Simmons.
Mom and Dad.
Laura Michelle Slade.
Dad.
Evan John Smith.
My parents.
Sebastian Seth.
Family.
Harlan Stern.
Bounds.
James Walker Certified.
Slicing.
Sonia Studa. Sabrina Sutherland.
Stubbornness.
Julia Lynn Turl.
Big one thought.
Christina Eloa Thornton.
Optimism.
Daphne Louise Tice.
Endurance.
Jonathan Ryan Chu.
Family.
Thomas No Frank.
Family.
Pedro Urde.
Discernment.
Manuel Aurelio Badamonte.
My mom.
Yet Wai Hu.
Strategic.
April Ellie Wall.
Athletics.
Jennifer Adrian Wall.
Passion.
Tony Yan Wang.
mentor,
Jonah Lee White.
Service.
Emily Elizabeth Wyatt.
Family.
Darren Williams. Gary Wu.
People.
Stephen Chen.
Patience.
Shulin Zhang.
Believe.
Anne Er Chu. Okay, we can now have a round of applause for the class of 2000. And I now welcome everyone to join us for refreshments following the ceremony in the Latin Learning Center, which is the LBC, right across the quad from McAllister. I'd like to thank the Medical Alumni Association, which now is your Medical Alumni Association, for bringing the stethoscope for today. I would also like to thank everyone who's helped both units of society, and this whole event would not have happened without help from a lot of people. I'd now like to ask the class to stand one final time and thank those people in the audience who helped you get to this point in your